Carl Dean, Dolly Parton's husband, has been a mystery for many years. Carl has remained in the background, unnoticed, silent, and nearly legendary to admirers, while Dolly is the center of attention. However, he is finally speaking up after years of conjecture, rumors, and interest. How does he feel about their marriage of 58 years? Get ready for a remarkable revelation that is appending our preconceived notions about the most intimate love story in country music, including Dolly's fame and the secrets of their undying love. He doesn't want to be in the news, though. He's pleased with me. He's pleased for me. A tale of love concealed in plain sight. The story of Dolly Parton is widely known. A talented and ambitious young woman from Tennessee, she became a worldwide icon after sweeping Nashville. Carl Dean, the man who adored her from the background, was the one constant behind her dazzling career. In 1964, their romance started in the most unlikely of settings, a laundromat. Carl, a 21-year-old road construction worker, had little interest in the entertainment industry, while Dolly, just 18 years old, had recently relocated to Nashville to pursue her aspirations. Their encounter was routine, yet it had a profound impact. Dolly was a little girl with brilliant eyes and a compelling spirit, but Carl saw something in her that no one else did. Not the future celebrity, not the lady who would one day be a household name. I'm not sure how many people actually survive to see their ambitions fulfilled, but I have a supportive family. Carl once admitted, "I knew then and there that I was going to marry her." And he did. They exchanged vows in a modest ceremony in Ringgold, Georgia, 2 years later, in 1966. Just two individuals who are in love and prepared to start a life together. No flashing cameras, no Hollywood glitz. Then came the world-confounding decision. Carl Dean made the decision to live a quiet life. Carl stayed almost unknown as Dolly traveled the world, appeared on magazine covers, and rose to fame as one of the most renowned performers of all time. He never joined her at industry functions, never reveled in her celebrity, and never once made an effort to integrate himself into her public life. The trip has been amazing. People say to me now, people wondered for decades if Carl was unsupportive. Did they have marital problems? Was he a real person? But the reality was much more straightforward and remarkable. Carl Dean loved Dolly Parton because of the person she was at home, not because of her notoriety. The peaceful times they spent together, away from the cameras and the spectators, brought him joy. While everyone wanted to see a little bit of their love, he was happy to adore her in private, to show her the kind of affection that didn't need to be justified. Dolly has frequently talked about how strong their marriage is and attributes its durability to their respect for one another's independence. "I have a job," she once remarked. "He has his life, and that keeps things exciting for us." She even made a joke about how spending enough time apart was the key to their successful marriage. Perhaps that is why we never argue. Their love persisted in spite of the circulating rumors. And now, at last, Carl Dean has decided to give his version of events. However, let's first examine the lives of Carl Dean's wife, Dolly Parton, before diving into his biography. Actress, philanthropist, and country music legend Dolly Parton redefined success. American singer, songwriter, actress, and philanthropist Dolly Rebecca Parton was born on January 19, 1946. She's most known for her innovative contributions to country music. Before releasing her own debut album, Hello, I'm Dolly, in 1967, Parton started her career as a gifted composer, writing successes for other musicians. This was the beginning of her six-decade career, during which she would record 49 studio albums, including Rockstar in 2023. This became her biggest charting album to date, peaking an amazing number 3 on the Billboard 200 chart. Parton has sold over 100 million records worldwide, making her one of the best-selling musicians of all time. She is sometimes referred to as a country legend. With 25 number 1 singles on the Billboard country music charts, she holds the record for the most chart toppers by a female artist. She has received multiple awards throughout her career, including Gold, Platinum, and Multi-Platinum Award from the Recording Industry Association of America, or RIA. First of all, I was shocked. She and Reba McEntire both accomplished this. In addition, Parton has 110 career-charted singles over the last 40 years and an incredible 44 top 10 country albums, which is a record for any artist. She has written more than 3,000 songs, many of which have become timeless anthems, such as Jolene, Code of Many Colors, I Will Always Love You, and 9 to 5. Parton has made important contributions to film in addition to her musical career. She was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actress for her roles in the popular movies 9 to 5, 1980, and The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, 1982. Her flexibility as a performer was further demonstrated by her roles in Rhinestone, 1984, Steel Magnolias, 1989, Straight Talk, 1992, and Joyful Noise, 2012. Parton has received numerous Country Music Association awards, including the Esteemed Entertainer of the Year honor and 11 Grammy Awards out of 50 nominations. She also belongs to a select group that has been nominated for prizes at the Tony, Emmy, Grammy, and Academy Awards. She received the National Medal of Arts in 2005 and was the second woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Country Music Hall of Fame. I didn't think I had done enough to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Parton's co-ownership of the Dollywood Company has allowed her to grow her empire in addition to her success in music and movies. This group oversees a number of entertainment establishments, such as Splash Country Water Park and Dollywood Theme Park. Parton has made a significant impact on her neighborhood and beyond by launching a number of humanitarian projects through her Dollywood Foundation that are centered on poverty alleviation and education in East Tennessee, where she was raised. Let's hear what he has to say and what his motivations are. Carl Dean, a guy who had long avoided the spotlight, eventually made the decision to speak up and correct the record. His justification was straightforward and sincere. He wanted his admiration for Dolly Parton to be known to the world. Rumors circulated for years that their marriage was anything but traditional. According to some, they seldom ever lived together as husband and wife. Carl, however, put those rumors to rest with a quiet certainty. Like any other married couple, we live together, he remarked. I stay at home while she goes to work, but I'm still waiting there when she returns. He didn't think their relationship was about showing up in public. It was about their private moments together, the kind of love that only they could really comprehend. Carl thought back on the quiet, little moments that characterized their relationship. Coffee in hand in the mornings, conversations on the porch late at night, and inside gags that didn't require a listenership. These were the moments that kept everything together and made their love strong, the type that no one else could see. Carl laughed at the idea, despite rumors that he might be bitter about Dolly's enormous reputation. He clarified, I've always been proud of her. I can tell that I'm a part of her life without ever having to go the stage. Their love remained unaffected by the praise and appreciation she got. If anything, it increased his pride in the person he referred to as his wife. That we have in December. However, we are entering our 7th year. It feels like yesterday. Carl's answer to the question of how many sorrowful songs Dolly has written over the years was simple. He smiled and remarked, She doesn't really write sad songs about me because I've never broken her heart. Carl's straightforward comment validated what many had long assumed. Their love had always been strong. After being cloaked in secrecy for so long, the guy finally spoke, and his message was unmistakable. The drama of public attention and the glitz of red carpets had nothing to do with their love. It was about two people who genuinely understood each other and their unbreakable bond. Despite the frequent ups and downs of celebrity relationships, Carl and Dolly's love has endured. They have demonstrated that genuine love is independent of external approval. It just needs two individuals who value one another. Carl has been Dolly's constant companion in every significant moment, even though he may not have been present on every red carpet. The biggest mystery surrounding Dolly Parton's life has finally been solved after more than 50 years of dating. Not with ostentatious displays or loud proclamations, but with the silent, timeless reality of an unfailing love. We would like to learn more about Carl Dean's choice to speak up, even though one could question whether anything has changed about him to do so after 50 years of silence. Carl Dean speaks up, yet his personality remains unchanged. Carl Dean has been a mysterious figure for more than 50 years, constantly remaining in the background of his wife, the legendary Dolly Parton. While Dolly Parton's life has been full of glamorous events, #1 hits, and global fame, Carl Dean has chosen to live a quiet, private life away from the media circus that envelopes his wife. This is in contrast to many famous celebrity spouses who have shown no interest in soaking up the spotlight or riding on the coattails of their spouse's fame. Curiosity has long surrounded the couple's relationship, particularly since Dolly, with her colorful and exuberant public demeanor, frequently refers to Carl as her rock. However, Carl has never discussed their life together and has always avoided the spotlight. Although he maintained a low profile, the world was curious about the man who lived with one of the most well-known ladies in the world for years. Did unique things because I found them enjoyable. If I hadn't been a singer, I would have been a beautician. Deciding to keep their romance private, Carl finally talked about his relationship with Dolly after more than 50 years of marriage. However, he did so in the most straightforward and humble manner imaginable, in line with his calm, modest disposition. With a few modest words, "I love Dolly," Carl expressed his true feelings without resorting to talk shows or writing a book that would reveal all. "She has always been loved by me, and that's the most important thing." This was not an effort to attract attention or pursue celebrity. His wife's fame was not exploited, nor were there any spectacular interviews. It was merely a private and earnest proclamation of eternal love, untarnished by the public's interest. Carl's remarks were a kind reminder that genuine love doesn't need approval or continual attention in a field where everything seems to be on exhibit. There's no need to display it for everyone to see. Unaffected by the glamour and extravagance of celebrity, Carl's love for Dolly is steadfast, sincere, and intensely intimate. How has the marriage fared without Carl taking center stage? What is the key to their enduring romance? Let's investigate. The secret to their enduring love is revealed in a marriage without spotlights. A marriage lasting more than 50 years is a remarkable achievement. However, it is nearly unheard of for one partner to be a global celebrity while the other stays virtually out of the spotlight. Country music icon Dolly Parton's husband, Carl Dean, has never performed with her. He had no desire to go out there and accomplish all of it. He would never give interviews or anything like that. He has never attended her concerts with her, never appeared in interviews discussing their relationship, nor has he ever walked the red carpet alongside her at occasions attended by celebrities. For years, there have been suspicions that he may not even be real because of his intense desire to stay out of the spotlight. Some conjectured that Carl was merely a made-up figure, a moniker Dolly adopted to conceal the details of her personal existence. The reality, however, is a lot more interesting and much easier. There is no indication that Carl's desire to avoid the spotlight would cause problems in their marriage. In fact, it is among the factors that have contributed to its success. Carl was upfront about his boundaries from start. "I love you, but don't expect me to become a public figure," he warned Dolly. And Dolly, who has always been a sympathetic companion, honored his desires. In a day where extravagant displays, social media posts, and glitzy public appearances are frequently used to gauge love, Dolly and Carl's relationship is a subdued but significant example of a deeper form of bond. Their love is based on the small, personal interactions that genuinely define a lasting connection rather than on grandiose performances or red carpet events. It flourishes in the tender giggles they exchange over morning coffee, in the tenderness of a knowing look across the room, and in the modest, kind actions that the outside world frequently overlooks. Their love is for the soul, not for show. Founded on decades of steadfast support, on the ease of just being together, and on hushed discussions. True love doesn't require an audience, as demonstrated by Dolly and Carl, who have found joy in the quiet times that count most, while others may look for approval in the spotlight. All it takes is two hearts in unison. Dolly just laughed when asked if she ever wished Carl would accompany her to glitzy events. "Nope," she said. "He helps me in his own way, and I'm satisfied with that. I don't require a husband to accompany me on stage. I need a husband who will be there for me no matter what." And Carl has done just that, supporting Dolly in the most significant way imaginable without the world having to witness it. However, how did he fulfill his end of the agreement in spite of the circulating suspicions and conjectures? Let's examine the specifics. Despite whispers, love endures. Dolly and Carl's marriage has been the focus of countless rumors and conjectures over the years. Rumors have surrounded their relationship, ranging from claims that Carl is unfaithful to Dolly reportedly falling in love with other musicians. There were even rumors that the couple had discreetly split up while still keeping up an outward show of unity. There were even those who argued that Carl was really a work of fiction, a product of Dolly's mind. Carl and Dolly had no desire to respond to the gossip. "I've heard hundreds of tales about my husband," Dolly Parton once joked, beaming with her trademark smile. She then laughed and added, "I bet he hasn't paid attention to a single one." That brief comment revealed a lot about their relationship. Dolly and her husband Carl Dean remained unconcerned despite the world's conjectures and the tabloids' frenzied talk. Carl, in particular, paid no attention to the circulating rumors. He was aware of the reality of his marriage without the need for public approval. Dolly, too, maintained the silent assurance of their love. "He's pleased with me. He's pleased for me. He enjoys hearing about it. He adores the entertainment industry." They never saw their relationship as a means of proving themselves to the outside world. It was about their enduring relationship, which was based on decades of unflinching commitment, trust, and humor. They didn't require large shows or big gestures. It was all the more special since what they had was personal, deep, and unique. Their dedication may have been put to the test in the glamorous world of Hollywood, with its fleeting connections and continual temptations, but Dolly stayed firm. She acknowledged that the demands of celebrity could occasionally make things challenging, but her devotion never faltered. Dolly would always find herself thinking about Carl, the coziness of their home, and his steadfast love for her during those times of uncertainty or doubt. She frequently found herself confirming that nothing in the world could ever replace the safety and comfort that this love offered. Carl was more than just Dolly's partner. He was her rock, and the basis of their unwavering love would never be shaken by whispers or conjecture. At this point, the question that comes to mind is, how did they manage to maintain the love in spite of the negative outside influences? The question needs to be answered. The small things that sustain their love. Carl may not be the kind to show his love for Dolly with large gestures or flashy displays, but even the simplest, most kind acts show how much he cares about her. He demonstrates his concern in subtle ways, and these small gestures reveal a great deal about how deeply he feels. Dolly once told a touching tale about Carl's gentle attitude to love. Carl always has a tiny surprise for her when she gets back after a lengthy trip. A great home-cooked dinner prepared to greet her, a handmade letter hidden someplace where only she would find it, or even something as basic as making sure her car is clean and ready for her to drive comfortably may be the gift. These small gestures are Carl's ideal method to express his longing for Dolly. "That's his way of showing he missed me," Dolly added, "and that means everything to me. He has had that rock and roll blaring as loudly as he could get it during our entire existence together." Even while it might not be a spectacular romantic gesture that garners media attention, Carl's acts are significantly more significant for their sincerity and consideration. Carl's modest and dependable gestures of kindness serve as a reminder that love doesn't always need to be loud to be meaningful in a society that frequently prizes ostentatious displays of affection. For more than 50 years, Carl has been quietly and modestly expressing his love for Dolly, even though he has never written her love poetry or publicly expressed his feelings for her. He shows his love for you with every thoughtful gesture, modest act of kindness, and small surprise. It's a love based on punctuality, reliability, and sincere concern, qualities that are far more powerful than words or extravagant displays could ever convey. Carl's modest love serves as a reminder that sometimes the little things are what really count in a society where people are constantly searching for the big moments. Now, let's discuss Carl's view of love. Love, as Carl Dean himself put it. Carl purposefully avoided the limelight and preferred isolation to fame for 50 years, living in the shadows of quiet dignity. He was a man who valued self-control and used his behavior to define him. Instead of meaningless words, he was felt, but he was still a mystery, a spectator of life instead than a shouting participant. However, his comments had a weight that no amount of wealth or fame could equal when he eventually made the decision to speak. Their simplicity made them all the more potent, even though they were neither ornate nor practiced. Every word was filled with unadulterated sincerity and conveyed feelings so profound that listeners were left speechless. It resembled a dam breaking, releasing years' worth of unsaid knowledge and emotion. Carl's voice, which had previously been silent, suddenly became memorable and reverberated in everyone's hearts. "Dolly is the love of my life," he remarked. I knew she was the one I wanted to spend the rest of my life with the moment I met her. Carl summed up a love that didn't need hoopla or ostentatious demonstrations in these few sincere words. This love had grown stronger and more stable over the years. Their tale serves as a lovely reminder that genuine love doesn't require approval or attention from others. It can demonstrate its value without being splashed on magazine covers or displayed on red carpets. The silent assurance of its presence, a love that is unfazed by the ephemeral demands of celebrity or public acceptance, is what gives it its beauty. The connection between Carl and Dolly was based on something far more profound. Seeking approval from others was not the purpose of their love. It was just feeling deep down that they had discovered something unique and valuable. They never felt the need to prove their love to anyone other than one another, which made their bond unbreakable. Their relationship was probably ageless and durable since it was straightforward and didn't require external recognition. It was a peaceful understanding between two people who knew they had something precious, not a relationship founded on approval from others. Ultimately, that might be the most important lesson. The approval of others is not necessary for true love. Love had always been sufficient for Carl and Dolly, and that's what gave it its strength and durability. A love that had already spoken in the most profound way possible, so it didn't need a shout. After years of silence, what do you think of Dolly Parton's husband finally coming up? Please share your ideas in the comments section below. Remember to subscribe and like.